para nosotros.
Our today's guest is Mr. J. Haile Phillip. He is a world-renowned choreographer, is an expert instructor and performer, specializing in salsa, hip-hop, and fusion techniques. Jay has different studios. He has one in Sarasota, Florida, another studio on Tampa, another studio in Minneapolis. Jay's charisma and energy is unparalleled and infectious. His style is one of his engaging, entertaining, and highly educational, making it no wonder why he is also the top choice as guest instructor for over 50 different universities and colleges across the country. Help me welcome today Mr. J. Haile Phillip.
Hey, how you doing? Hey. Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
I know you've been teaching around the United States, all these universities, all these colleges. Mm-hmm. For those people who don't know you, those people who don't know who you are, can you tell me a little bit about your story, about where you're from, where you came from, before you end up with all these J. Phillip Academies? Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I was born and raised actually in St. Louis, Missouri, so right in the Midwest. We grew up in the Midwest, and we danced all the time in the basement, put on some music.
Really?
We danced. Always
man.
dancing. Hip hop, mostly hip hop, or singing. Our whole family we are musical families. I always had the spirit of music in my soul and dance in there. So I went to Missouri Science and Technology. So it's an engineering school in Missouri. Mm-hmm. And so I was studying there, and then I went to Sydney, Australia to study abroad. And it was my second to last semester in college when I ran into salsa. I was out dancing. I was just actually out hip hop dancing. Okay. And I saw this lady and this guy dance. I didn't know what it was, but I was just like, wow, what are they doing? I mean, he was turning her and she was following, and that's a cool trick. If I was at a party one day, I want to one day pull out my salsa. So when I saw them dancing, I remember feeling an energy go over me. I remember it to this day, and
wow.
And I could see it going over my head.
Oh my God.
Down my face, down my body.
I feel you. I see your eyes right now. A little tear. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Intense.
And at that moment, I was like, I don't want to do engineering. I want to do dance. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a dancer like that. And I finally discovered what your passion was. That, up until then,
it's an opportunity, man. That's something that a lot of people don't realize until late in life. What are their passion? Because they are into the world of business or making money and stressful. But you discovered that very early stage in your life.
Yes, exactly. That was
definitely.
And that you're right. I'm fortunate to have discovered, almost about to graduate.
Oh,
so I
got the hardest part already.
Right, got through the hardest part.
Almost
exactly. So then I came back to the States, and I graduated as a mechanical engineer, and so I got a job in Minneapolis as an engineer. So I moved from St. Louis to Minneapolis.
I know you can't be in all this studio at the same time. How can you do a really nice crew, and how can you do so the people, the student, are happy and engaged in the class?
Yeah, well, first it's about training some wonderful instructors. So finding people that I can train to teach for me. Okay. So that
difficult part.
Well, yeah, that's the difficult part, because you got to find people who are capable, who are able to learn not only the leader but the follower, both leader and follower, who are enthusiastic about it. People who can make the students feel comfortable and have fun. So that's very important for our brand. Our brand is, we want you to feel, as soon as you walk in, we want you to feel comfortable.
I remember seeing you on Tampa. I saw you giving a class to people who doesn't know you. It was so enthusiastic, and wow, so great. People fall in love. I mean, I saw you, even if I've been dancing a long time, salsa. I've been, wow, this is great. The way you do the class, the way you present yourself and do the whole it's not even a class. It's more like entertaining because they're new. It's not. But you also give a class at the end, basic steps. How can you end up in the same class, just 1 hour, end up these people? I think because they laugh, they are like relaxed. Because it's impossible to see people never dance salsa
and then have them.
They end up and dancing.
Well,
how can you do that?
I think, like you said, the key is just to get people to feel comfortable. Because you got to remember, sometimes people grow up and they weren't allowed to dance salsa. And you'll be surprised, a lot of people have that same story where they just weren't even allowed to dance salsa. Maybe because of the parents, maybe because of marriage they were in. They didn't feel that they could go dancing, or maybe they couldn't actually go dancing.
Well, I'm not alone.
Right. No, you're definitely not alone. So with that in mind, and this is how I train my instructors as well. It's like I remind them, look, a lot of these people are starting dance for the first time, and it's a big deal. You know, so you have to really embrace them and make them feel comfortable. Because if you say the wrong thing or be the wrong way, they may never come back to dance ever again.
Wow.
That one time, let them know, like, this is a comfortable place. If you can count to 3, you can dance salsa, right? So you let them understand that this is actually an easy process, and we're going to take your hand and take you step by step into this lifestyle. And so I think that's been a big way of how I operate and how I instill into my instructors.
I love your design. Design is something great. I don't know if you create it, or can you look for some t-shirt and shoes or something you have little shoes?
We have it.
You have it? Oh, great. Oh, I love this t-shirt. I love this t-shirt. Look at this.
So that's one of our logos. We have a couple logos, but this is the one.
This one, I love this one. I mean, I haven't seen other.
Why do you like this one?
It looks elegant because it's black and white, and also it's about the design. Beautiful.
First studio to put the logo on Tom's. So this is.
Yes, I never saw this. When I saw this the first time, I didn't know you. It was in some place I was dancing, and some girl have this from Sarasota, have these shoes, and I said, "Wow, so you belong to a very prestige academy?" Just to see them. I don't know.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought.
Oh, wow.
And I tell her, like, wow, because I don't know why, because I never saw it before.
Yeah.
And also the logo and the way, and also the shape of the shoes. Everything is well done.
I've been looking for someone to make these Toms for me for a long time, and I finally found one. There's one place that made a special mechanism just for our shoes.
Oh, really?
So now we go to them and they do all of our shoes, but there's no other place that can do this except the place we made. My biggest weakness is organizing.
Organizing, really?
So in just being an organized person, that's my weakness. Bruni's amazing. I love Bruni because she does a great job at she's our manager. A lot of this just wouldn't happen if Bruni wasn't the way as organized as she is. Then I got Liz in Sarasota. Liz is doing a great job. She's doing our Facebook and our postings on Facebook. She answers a lot of the questions that people may have on Facebook. So does Bruni. Then I have a virtual assistant in the Philippines. Her name is Maricel. Okay. So she's also excellent too. So and then not to mention my girlfriend Samantha. She's always organized. She's organized taxi dancing. Taxi dancing is where we get hired to dance with students out. Anna Maria, she's our instructor in Tampa. Malia is another one who she's in our Sarasota location. Elle Edwards was my first instructor. She had to move to Orlando, but she's still our top instructor. You know, I have a few instructors in Minneapolis. Right now, our instructor is Stephen King. He's doing a really good job at teaching our Minneapolis crew. So our beginner class and our beginner 2 and intermediate class. He's been my student since I've lived in Minneapolis. So that's my next thing, is really training instructors.
Where you want to be in 5 years from now?
Yeah. So in 5 years, I want to be on to my next endeavors. You know, I actually want to make documentaries. I want to be a documentary filmmaker.
Wow.
You know, Minnesota, when I was an engineer, I worked for an engineer for a while. Then I quit and gave my boss my 2 weeks notice and told him that I wanted to be a dance instructor and a waiter at a restaurant. So I quit my engineering job to be a waiter and a dance instructor because those sounded like dream jobs to me.
Yeah.
And they were. I had a great time being a server and a waiter at a restaurant, the Macaroni Grill.
Great.
And
But
then I was also a
that
dance
comes
instructor.
with the philosophy of serving. Serve the world. Serve the people.
Serve. Yeah,
Did you have it in your soul since the beginning?
I guess so. And I loved it. I loved being. It was funny because when I applied for the job, I was like, I had to put mechanical engineering, and the boss was like, why do you want to be?
Yeah.
Like, because this sounds like a fun job. A lot of my students, a lot of them have gone on to start their own studios and have their own studios. I had to give all my Minnesota business up and move to Florida and start from scratch. So I came here to Florida
With nothing.
and I was flying to Minnesota to work, and then coming back I was flying to Minnesota to do
Back and
jobs
forth.
to get money.
Wow.
And then
Difficult times.
difficult times. So then I worked at the Macaroni Grill here. I got a job here at the Macaroni Grill, started from scratch. You know, one of my dreams is in 5 years I want to be helping fathers teaching fathers how to get their kids or to get rights to their kids. So like for me, since I wasn't married,
You got too many things to give to the world.
I got no.
You need too many lives.
I need some more lives. I need 9 lives.
Yes.
So even though I wasn't making as much money anymore, it didn't matter because what mattered the most was I was with my son.
That's
Every
perfect advice for the people who's listening, for those younger people, those who know what to do and they're in the university. Just follow your passion. Follow the things you want in life. That's going to get you a happy life. This is all about living an extraordinary life. How can I live an extraordinary life?
Exactly.
It's everything, because the money already, it's coming.
Right.
Comes later.
Yeah.
After all.
Yeah. When you live your passion, the money will follow. I don't want to work more than 20 hours a week. I'd rather spend it with my kids. So like, you know, if I'm on a Wednesday or a Monday, I have my sons, I can spend all day with them. My goal is to work less and live more.
Enjoy more.
And live
yeah,
more.
we just have one life.
Yeah. So
I think that too a lot.
So that's always my goal. So fast forward now, what actually got me started was Erica Caliente. Erica from Salsa Caliente.
Yeah, I saw.
So she had her first baby
Really?
while when I was moving down here. Now Erica, people don't know, some people know, but she kind of started the salsa scene in Tampa and even in Florida. Like Erica is one of the pioneers.
Well, now that we're heading like to the final two questions. Well, one of the questions we already answered. After you pass away, how do you want to be remembered? Your family, maybe first, and then to the students, to the people like me.
Well, my
friends.
Well, my family, I just want them to know, like my kids, to know that I love them and I did everything. I did everything for them. You know, I want to be remembered as just somebody who helped people go for their dreams. My biggest passion is to help people find their passion and to incentivize them to go for their passion.
Wow.
So that's my biggest.
I like that. That's what one of my passion too. Now you're getting something that I share. I share that passion.
Oh wow! Well, we should team up somehow. But that's what
I something like, oof, how can you help? How can I help to make things happen to that person? Whatever dreams is, what is it you like?
Right.
What is it you want in life? What are you looking for? Because I was so lost when I was young. So I didn't find passion as soon as you find it. I was more like stick to something even if I don't like it. But it's better this than being lost. So keep on going, keep on reading, keep on doing accounting, keep on.
Right.
It's just until you find a way.
Until you find it, yeah. And the secret to what I want to say, the secret to finding your passion is to.
What is it?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
The secret to knowing, figuring out your passion is whatever. Think about whatever gets you excited. Whatever you can think of that gets you the most excited. Maybe it's drums. Maybe it's plants. Maybe it's, who knows? It could be something very weird that no one would ever have. But if you like it,
that's what you like.
if that's what you love. I went from mechanical engineer to dance instructor, and dance studio owner, and now I have a great team of people, and just we're
You
growing.
live your life. You live your passion. You're living an extraordinary life. This is it.
You know what?
This is it.
I love my life because every day I wake up whenever I want to. I still can make my day however I want. For me, that's very important.
Very nice,
Right,
very nice.
right.
I really appreciate you giving me this time with you. It was more than I thought. It's incredible. Very nice, and thank you.
No, my
having
pleasure.
you Here
Thanks
in our podcast. This is, by the way, it's an inspirational podcast. That's what it is. To inspire others to create and to make things happen. When we're talking, this is why I'm doing this.
Perfect. Well, then in that case, listen, people, follow your passions, follow your dreams. If you're in a job and you just know you're not supposed to be there, I say quit your job. That's me personally. You decide what's best for you. But I say quit your job. If you have the means to, if you have enough income saved up for 3 to 6 months, I would quit my job and go for your dreams. That's what I personally would do. If everyone decided to go for their dreams, right now, like say this minute, I snap my fingers, everyone goes for their dreams, and their passion, there will be paradise on earth.
Oh, paradise on earth.
No more wars, no more fighting, because
that's true.
There's no reason.
No reason they are happy.
They're happy.
They're doing their passion.
That's it. Boom. Exactly.
Wow.
So,
Really,
thank you.
Really, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Having
Great
you in your
podcast.
home. Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. I can't wait to see it.
Jay, Phillip, you are an amazing choreographer. That means everything. You're a choreographer. You design, you create, you professional dancer, everything. And you make this world a better place.
Oh.
Luis Bazan Podcast.
Ooh. Yay. Oh, thank you. Look at that. Jay Phillips, you are an amazing choreographer. And you make the world a better place. Ah, that's so nice. Thank you very much.
Yes, brother.
Thank you.